Our fifth objective in Chapter 6, Merchandise Inventory, is to estimate ending inventory by the gross profit method. Estimating ending inventory by the gross profit method. Okay, slide 42. Under the gross profit method, we can estimate the ending inventory by applying the gross profit ratio to net sales. Why would we do this? This is useful when inventory has been destroyed, lost, or stolen. So what we need to do is explore the relationship between net sales and gross profit. Slide 43. What we're going to do is compute the gross profit. You know this already because sales minus the cost of goods sold equals the gross profit. We can then divide the gross profit by the net sales to come up with a percentage. A gross profit percentage. That tells you what percent gross profit is of net sales. Okay, meaning that gross profit will be some percentage over net sales if we allow sales to be 100%. Okay, so in order to compute the cost of goods sold, we need to take our formula on slide 44. We take our beginning inventory, add our purchases, subtract any adjustments for returns, add our freight in. This gives you the total goods that are available for sale for the period. If we subtract the ending inventory from that, that must be the amount of costs of goods sold that we transferred. So in order to compute the cost of goods sold, we take our beginning inventory, add our purchases, less our returns, and freight in. This gives us our goods available for sale for the period. If we subtract our ending inventory, that gives us the cost of goods sold. Okay, so those are the things we need to remember to compute the gross profit method. Okay, the formula to compute the gross profit, as well as how to compute the cost of goods sold. Okay, so let's apply this. Exercise 6-26 on page 339. I'll give you a second to get there. 339 on exercise 6-26. The requirements. Suppose this inventory stored in the United States was lost in fire. Estimate the amount of loss to Toyota. Use the gross profit method. Okay, so what do they give us? Toyota holds inventory all over the world. Assume that the records for the auto parts show the following. We've got beginning inventory of 150,000, net purchases of 800,000, net sales of $1 million, and a gross profit rate of 40%. Okay, so what we need to compute first is the gross profit. If the gross profit percentage or rate is 40%, that means our cost of goods sold was 60%. How did you come up with that, Mr. Cunningham? Well, you take 100% for sales less 40% gives you your cost of goods sold. 100 minus 40 gives you 60%. If sales were $1 million and gross profit was 40% of that, that must mean our gross profit was $400,000. So if we take sales of $1 million less the gross profit of $400,000, that means our cost of goods sold was $600,000. Okay, so beginning inventory, slide 46, of 150,000, add our net purchases, that's our purchases less any returns plus any freight, that's what net purchases are, 800,000, gives us goods available for sale of $950,000. Okay, so if we subtract our ending inventory, then we should have our cost of goods sold. Okay? Since we do not know what our ending inventory was, we do know that our cost of goods sold was $600,000. So our ending inventory must be $350,000. Cost of goods available for sale of $950,000 minus our cost of goods sold of $600,000 gives us our ending inventory of $350,000. That's how we apply the gross profit method and how we compute what our cost of goods sold was. That takes us to the end of Chapter 6, Merchandise Inventory. Please make sure that you do your homework on My Accounting Lab, your quiz on My Accounting Lab, as well as the discussion question in Blackboard. Please email me or call me if you have any questions with regards to this material, and we will see you again in Chapter 8.